Hi everyone, and welcome to the Say As It Is with Pete podcast series. I'm Pete, your host, and each week I will bring you some frank and honest conversations covering various topics from learning and development, apprenticeships, funding, HR, strengths, recruitment, ESG, well-being, ED&I, employability, and much, much more. So let's get this week's episode underway and say as it is. Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Say As It Is with Pete. And as usual, I'm your host, Pete. Now, it is coming up to the middle of October, and it's nearly Halloween. Ooh, spooky. But anyway, enough of that. We continue this month's theme of October looking around HR. So today we will delve deep into a topic that resonates with so many of us in HR, and it's a topic that's woven into the fabric of every organization, and that's about navigating employee relations and conflict resolution. Now, in the vast landscape of the workplace, conflicts are like the unpredictable storms brewing uncertainties and challenges. But fear not, for today we embark on a journey navigating through the turbulent weather of workplace conflicts and looking at seeking the shores of resolution and harmony. So let's set the stage by understanding the realm of employee relations. So if you didn't already realize in HR, and hopefully some of you HR practitioners and professionals should know this, but employee relations is the heart of any organization. It's a sympathy of interactions, or a symphony of interactions, I should say, communications and connections that shape the workplace environment. Now, imagine a workplace where conflicts are a distant echo. So what are the common culprits of workplace conflicts? I hear you asking me in that echo. So it can be miscommunication, a clash of values, competition, a personality difference or differences, as they often play the leading roles in this drama. Now, a study has unveiled a staggering reality. Now, workplace conflicts cost the UK employers around 28.5 billion a year. Now, that's a monumental figure, or mammoth figure on that one, that unveils the magnitude of the issues at hand. So the ripples of conflict crisscross beyond the financial realms, affecting the well-being of employees, altering the team dynamics, and casting shadows on your organization's culture. So how do we steer the ship through those stormy seas, you're asking? Well, we need to have proactive strategies, and we all should have proactive strategies, right? And proactive strategies are the compass guiding us towards the serene waters of calm. Now, also, you need to look at promoting open communication, fostering team collaboration, and implementing clear policies are the stars that guide us on this voyage. And we should all have and be promoting open communication between everything. And you should have an open door policy as well. So when we say open door, it doesn't just mean that your office door is open. It means that anybody at any level can feel that they can go and talk to a HR director or a HR manager or a CEO or an owner or anybody without any, conflict or without any repercussion. Because you know what, some of the best ideas and some of the great conversations come from those that are having those conversations, and we should all value each other. And especially when we're fostering a team of collaboration, it is so important, because every team, including stakeholders and everybody else, needs to collaborate. You can't do it on your own. Now, that brings me on to a little bit about strengths Strength Scope team. And as you all know, as I keep saying this, I am a master Strength Scope practitioner, and I can deliver all of the Strength Scope assessments via my side company, Creativemind.zone. And at Creative Mind, we look at unlocking the potential of people's hidden strengths. And this is not only in individual, but it's also in with teams. So for example, Strength Scope teams with habits looks about how teams are engaging, collaborating. Is there trust? Is there accountability? Are you able to stretch, provide feedback? So that is really key and fundamental for teams, and potentially highlight any potential conflicts or risks within a team. But also Strength Scope Engage. And Strength Scope Engage is about teams interacting with each other. Again, that can identify things as well. So if you're interested in Strength Scope teams with habits or Strength Scope Engage, reach out to me at pete@creativemind.zone or visit creativemind.zone, or just reach out to me and I'll explain more. And there will be an event coming soon about Strength Scope team, Strength Scope leader, and a lot more. So keep an eye out for that. Now, steering back on course. So in the theatre of conflict resolution, various acts unfold. So active listening, empathetic communication, and focusing on solutions rather than differences. So these are the unsung heroes, the architects of resolution and understanding. So let's breathe life into these concepts with real life scenarios. I do like a real life scenario. So here we go. So picture this: a team divided by misunderstandings, the air thick with tension, but through open dialogue, empathy, and a focus on common goals, the clouds of conflict begin to disappear, and unveiling the sky of collaboration and unity. Now, I want to talk about empathy on this one, because empathy is something that comes up quite a bit. It comes up in strength scopes, and it comes up just in general, where some people say they wish their HR team was a little bit more empathetic or have empathy, because sometimes HR teams, hate to say it, guys, we're very black and white. We follow the line sometimes. And although HR can sometimes be fluffy, when we need to pull the rope, we pull the rope. But some people say you don't have any empathy, you're not listening. So let's focus on empathy for a minute. So what I want to do is I want to dive into the essence of empathy and unravel its significance in the tapestry of workplace. So a definition of empathy. So as it says, or I've found out, empathy is a powerful human ability, a magical thread that weaves connections between souls. It's the art of stepping into another person's shoes, feeling their emotions, and seeing the world through their eyes. Empathy is not merely about understanding someone's feelings, it's about sharing in their emotional experiences, creating a bridge of shared understanding and compassion. Now, how does empathy look in the workplace? Now, in a vibrant mosaic of the workplace, empathy is the color that brings warmth, understanding, and harmony. It's the silent language that speaks volumes, fostering relationships, easing tensions, and nurturing a culture of openness and respect. So imagine a team where empathy flows like a river, connecting hearts and minds. So in this environment, conflict becomes opportunity for growth. So misunderstandings transform into pathways of clear communication, and differences blossom into a diversity of thought and innovation. So empathy allows leaders and team members alike to navigate the complexities of human emotions and sensitivity and care. Now, it's the compass that guides decision-making, ensuring that actions and strategies are aligned with respect, understanding, and genuine consideration for the well-being of all team members. Now, how can we relate empathy to work? Well, considering a scenario where a team member is facing challenges, feeling overwhelmed or misunderstood, empathy transforms this landscape. It creates a space where the individual feels heard, valued, and supported. But most importantly, it fosters a dialogue that seeks to understand, support, and find solutions that resonate with care and consideration. So, empathy also plays a pivotal role in conflict resolutions, and it does. So, it encourages a culture where individuals feel safe to express their feelings and their perceptions. Now, knowing that they will be received with openness and a desire to understand and resolve any issues harmoniously. So, in the symphony of organizational success, empathy is the melody that creates a harmonious tune where each note, each individual contributes to creating a masterpiece of productivity, collaboration, and workplace satisfaction. So, empathy is not just a concept, it's a practice, right? So, a daily commitment to creating a workplace that resonates with care, understanding, and a shared human experience. So, would you like to explore more about how empathy can be cultivated and nurtured in the workplace? I hear a yes. What I'm hoping is a yes. That's what I'm guessing you're saying is right now is yes, 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 yes. So, what I'm going to say is I could talk about empathy for ages, and especially how it relates within Strength Scope as an individual, as a team, and a leader. But fear not. Join me on a bonus episode this week. I haven't done a bonus episode for a while, so I'm going to do a bonus episode this week on empathy and top tips to fostering a culture within the workplace on empathy. So watch out for that episode later this week. It will drop possibly Wednesday, Thursday. So keep an eye out for it as a bit of a midweek bonus episode where I will focus on that a little bit more and talk about some real good top tips to how both HR professionals, L&D practitioners, managers and employees and various other things can build a culture of empathy. Okay, so as we sail towards the horizon, let's carry on with the treasures of today's discussion. So let's be the architects of a workplace where the foundations are strong, the walls resonate with harmony, and the air is filled with the spirit of collaboration and understanding, right? So before we part our ways on this week's episode, let's keep the conversation flowing. Let's share your stories, your insights, and let's build bridges of understanding, of wisdom together. So on that note, let me illuminate our path with the wisdom of insightful minds. So reflect on this. A good manager doesn't try to eliminate conflict. They try to keep it from wasting the energies of their people or their teams. It's a powerful reminder that conflict, in its essence, is not the enemy. It's the mismanagement of conflict that drains the lifeblood of productivity and harmony in the workplace. So, in the theatre of conflict, every act, every scene is an opportunity for growth. And every conflict should be seen as an opportunity for growth, innovation, and understanding. And I don't know why it's not. So, for good ideas and true innovation, you need human interaction. Conflict, argument, and debate. It is needed for a healthy, balanced workplace environment. So conflict is not the absence of harmony, but the container where stronger and more resilient forms of harmony are forged. Yeah? So here's another beacon of wisdom to guide us. So when people respond too quickly, they often respond to the wrong issue. Yeah? So in the heart of conflict, haste is the advisory of resolution. So take a moment to breathe, to understand, and to respond thoughtfully to the compass that directs us towards meaningful resolutions. And I know from some conflicts, we tend to jump the gun slightly when we're talking and we're not listening properly. And sometimes it is just about listening to what the person has to say before we respond, instead of them coming to you with something and then jumping in and all hell breaks loose. And I've been there many times. And I have some good conflicts and some bad conflicts, but we need to listen first before we respond. Okay. So armed with these insights, let's navigate through another real life scenario. So imagine a ship caught in a storm, a crew, a representation of a team in conflict. Misunderstandings are the fierce winds and disagreements are the towering waves. But with a captain skilled in the art of conflict resolution, the ship finds its way through the storm, emerging stronger, united, and more resilient. So as we anchor our ship towards the shores of conclusion, let's carry with us the treasures of wisdom, the strategies of resolution, and the spirit of continuous improvement and understanding. Now, remember, my little navigators of conflict resolution, the seas of conflict are vast, but with the right compass of strategies and insights, we can always find a way to the shores of harmony and productivity. So thank you for sailing on today's journey with me on navigating the conflict or navigating conflict resolutions. And may the winds of wisdom and understanding always fill your sails. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode and it's given you a little bit of a fun insight into conflict and how we can look at it and challenge it. But we've always got to remember that regardless of what conflict there is, we need to turn conflict into opportunity and opportunity into growth. So, there can be times where people conflict due to, it's different views, values, opinions, various other things we already said. But we need to be tolerant of each other and listen. Listening is the key to all communication. So before we jump the gun on something and start a massive conflict of disagreement between ourselves or individuals, let's listen first. And sometimes don't let things get to you, because sometimes things can get to you personally because you have a personality clash with somebody and you let that emotion take over and then it results in conflict. Don't do it. Just let it be water off a duck's back. Now, as I say, thank you for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you've enjoyed it. You can always go back and listen to previous episodes and the bonus episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts from. Now, next week's episode, I am going to be looking at the future of HR, so technology and automation, as we all look towards the world of AI and how AI can be used more and more within the world of HR. And I've engaged in some interesting conversations this week within my day-to-day role where it has been brought up about how certain things can be automated via AI or technology. And it's very interesting. So I'm quite looking forward to that episode. But if you want to be part of that episode, then feel free to reach out to me. And I'm more than happy to get you onto that episode. But remember, guys, keep listening, keep enjoying, keep smiling, don't get stressed. Enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you have planned. And I am looking forward to speaking to you on next week's episode.